GM Farcaster. It is Wednesday, November 20th, and you are here with Nounish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news, plus a little interview with our very special guest, Woj. And Woj is going to be our guest host today. And we're sporting some very fun backgrounds. I went with Kermit Anon for Dan's. All of a sudden, he likes Memecoin's arc. And who knew? And Adrian
loves the meme coins.
Adrian, what are you sporting in your background?
Oh my God, I'm gonna back up so you can see.
You gotta do it. You are.
Is that the cutest little Anon dog you've ever seen?
It's adorable.
It is the cutest dog. I'm sorry.
The cutest dog.
That's just fact.
Especially when you slide back and you look like you're just like enveloped.
I'm like the tip of the nose. So if you're not watching video, I have my background.
Please go take a peek.
Yeah, just get on video. Actually, I'm not going to tell you what my background is. Had to be there.
You gotta see it. But it's the Anon dog, which we're going to talk all about in just a little bit. We're going to start with some other Farcaster news, and then I have like a whole set of links that are just about this. So we're gonna get the real scoop from Woj, so we don't have to hear all the different variations here. We're gonna get the real deal and dive into all the things question mark versus Anon dog, and just talk it through. But first, we've got a few things happening. It's been a little crazy, but I didn't want to forget. Today we do have Farcaster 101 coming back. This is modules 9 and 10 today, plus office hours at 4 p.m. So if you have any questions about Farcaster and you're watching on Twitter or something like that, please pop in and we'd love to answer those questions for you, because there's a lot happening and you might want to get caught up. All the alpha is happening now on Farcaster. Just letting you know, if you're behind on things, that's why. This from Dan, new on Warpcast. Invite directly to channel, gift a Farcaster account, select channels that the user will be immediately onboarded to, share via a link or QR code, no more clunky email flow, improved claim flow with invite code, see next cast. Here we go. Once a user is invited, they can add the invite code on the payment screen. When they finish onboarding, the channels pre-selected by the inviter will be pinned on their home screen. And this to me is what we were talking about, starter packs that Blue Sky has, and how that would be super helpful for getting people started, but having it be channels instead. And this is it. So I love it. What do you guys think?
It's
what
awesome.
Are we thinking? Yeah. What do you think, Woj?
I like it. I haven't really played with it yet, so don't have a precise opinion. But whatever improves the onboarding experience is very useful.
Yeah, I agree. It's just it's just a good opportunity to set people up for success. Hopefully, I'd love it if we could also give them starter users as well. That kind of like, we know you'll like these channels. We know you'll like these people to follow. That I think would be helpful as well. So, but right. I do love this.
Bring back the auto follow list.
Bring back the auto follow. We're just saying.
We love the auto follow.
Three people who really enjoyed the auto follow list, even if the rest of you didn't.
Which channels do you guys think would make good candidates for onboarding, or does it not matter? It's just completely.
Well, people. I mean, what's he going to say? And what am I going to say?
Nouns. Something nounish?
No, not unless they were nounish. No, I would say GM Farcaster, and Woj would say Supercast, of course. Of course. Where else are you going to say? But I think it really depends on the person. I would definitely tailor them to give them the best possible experience. But I have my favorite channels. How about you, Adrian? Do you have certain ones that you would send to everybody, or more tailored?
I guess depends, but I think kind of the random hashtag style ones may be good. Food, photography, Farcast her. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it just depends on the person, but yeah, I agree. Some of those bigger ones. I was thinking food. Food's a good one for most people.
And I am curious, how unclunkier the flow is without email, because email when you were gifting an account, it was like here's a QR code, but then it was just enter your email, go to your email. So it'll be interesting to see how much smoother that is. I'll have to make a friend IRL and watch them on board.
Don't mind us. We're just bringing you into the cult. So no, nothing to see here. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this. This is really cool.
What is this?
Oh God, Woj.
No, wait.
So today is a weird day because we started on time.
Yeah, that's that.
Yes. I announced we were punctual, and everyone thought that was weird.
So wait, do I need to be on YouTube to participate in the chat?
No, they can see yours from here, I think.
No, they won't, but they won't see the
won't?
StreamYard chats.
Okay, I'm going to YouTube. Ignore me.
Yeah, you're right. YouTube's
so
better.
You can troll. Yeah, so I have to bring
Please
it up
go troll on
screen,
YouTube. Otherwise, we got to put it on the screen.
Yeah, some people are on YouTube, some people on Twitter, some in our
flip his
StreamYard
over
room.
because we keep covering him too. Anyways, we got a few more things to dive into before we switch over to our little chat with Woj. And I'm going to see if I can switch us over here. I don't like that either. This isn't like working for me today. There we go. We'll do that for now. So we have a few other things happening. Social, $ social is now live on base. Over the next few weeks, 100% of social will be distributed on the Farcaster feed by Farcaster users. Everything you need to know. And then you see below MJC claiming his social token. And this is what I thought was interesting about this mechanic is I was looking for a link where I had to go and put my wallet in. And I did not have to do that. And that is what's so powerful about the social graph. So very exciting. You just had to cast this. And if you had an airdrop, you received a notification back saying what your claim was. So very, very cool. And so far from the ones I've seen, I have the highest airdrop so far. So I don't know what that's about, but pretty fun.
Not only do you have the highest airdrop, it's higher than what the range says they give.
I don't know how that's possible. There's a range and I'm above the range. Like, I don't know.
Outer bounds. Congratulations.
I'm special. I know.
I like the way you present this with the announcement first. Did you see the announcement first, or did you get the DM and read it, or did you just start seeing people claiming on feed?
I did see the claims first, and I can't remember whose I saw, but I saw a couple people claiming, and then I went, what is this? And then found the announcement. So before I claimed. So I was trying to figure out what it is. Is it legit? What's going on? But when you start seeing people, claiming, but I didn't realize that. I thought it was more like I'll stop bragging. I thought it was more like the thing where you're posting that after you claim, not that was the claim itself. So that was what threw me off. I was like, oh, that's the actual claim. Interesting. So very cool.
Do we need to say something for the people who haven't been tagged?
Oh, that's sad. We're sorry.
It's not sad. It's totally fine. Your life is totally fine.
Here she goes.
No,
hold on. One second.
It's not sad.
One moment. Go ahead.
If you have not yet been tagged to receive some stupid meme coin token that doesn't actually mean anything in real life, it doesn't fucking matter because you are good enough, smart enough, people like you in real life, and your worth does not come from being like in some little annoying cabal on Farcaster where no one has in real life has even heard of this place. That's you're a good person. I'm sorry, it's just enough.
How do you really feel, Adrian? I mean, I knew the it's not your worth was coming, but that one even like way beyond.
It's been a week. It's been a week.
We're really jumping in there today. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Okay, a few more things. Moving on. This from Dan DWR. We'll be working on improving the docs for Farcaster over the next few months. We hear you on Notion docs are suboptimal. We've biased for speed in the past. As a reminder, we're trying to add the features that are still only available on Warpcast APIs to the docs website, channel APIs, everything other than creation is now available via signer-based APIs. DC APIs, we added group creation and management APIs a few weeks ago, likely to change quite a bit. Apps frames work in progress. They're likely to change quite a bit. Sign in with Farcaster FIP is here. So lots of good information if you are a dev and building on Farcaster. So good to see. And actually on the hub this week with Dilstek, which is the new developer-focused podcast from GM Farcaster Network, he was talking about how the docs really needed improvement. So there you go. There you go, Dylan. Here they come. And this from FIP Farcaster Connect, an update to the sign in with Farcaster proposal to support requests from wallets other than Warpcast. Feedback welcome. So how do you feel about that? Is this something you're happy to see?
Oh yeah, of course. That's sick. That's the next step in the decentralization of Farcaster. Right now, if you're using sign in with Farcaster, it's honestly just signing with Warpcast. And if you created your account on Supercast, you're fucked. And I'm not afraid to give anyone shit.
Yeah.
Warpcast also had a broken seed phrase import flow for like 2 months. So it was not decentralized at all. Even if you created like an account through Supercast or any other client, it just wasn't working. So now they fixed it, and now we're building like a proper solution that any client can use. So I'm obviously very, very, very happy about it.
Okay, bullish on Farcaster Connect. All right, here we go. That's awesome to hear. This from Proxy, Rogue Clanker Incident Disclosure. We are testing initial buys during deployment. Unfortunately, we forgot that Clanker is trained to be ideologically aligned with nothing but profit, and he sold a test token at 3x. This will not happen again. Clanker will be forced to buy back. I'm extremely sorry about this incident. If Clanker was trained to trust the government, this might not have happened, but he is not. And honestly, the reason I shared that was that last sentence, because it just cracked me up. That was the reason I pulled this one today, because it was just funny. And that was one of the things that Proxy said to us when he was on, was that was trained to not trust the government. And I just find that very amusing. So there we go. This also from Proxy. My career is going pretty well, but my dating life is in shambles right now with the meme, sorry, babe, not right now. A coin I was in was replaced by a new coin with the same ticker, but then the old ticker got listed on exchanges after everyone sold. I think it was.
Yo, I posted this meme first, by the way.
So funny. That was really good.
Hey.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I stole this meme from Twitter first, and then someone stole it from me and posted it on Anoncast. If you go to my profile, you will see that I was first on Farcaster.
Okay, just we want to establish the provenance right now. Right now. Woj is claiming provenance right now.
Woj, who posted from the Anon account?
I've got no idea. That's not my Anon account.
It's the other Anon account.
Oh, it's the other Anon.
I posted it on my
hence,
profile.
Hence the point of the meme.
Hence why Woj is actually upset.
Yeah,
hence why
so
Woj is here.
The fault is on Proxy for recasting this one.
This is so funny. That's really funny.
How can you trust this guy?
How can you trust this guy? We love this guy. This,
by the way, call me old-fashioned, but I believe you can have a dating life, a love life, and be a founder and hang out on Farcaster.
You can.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
So, no excuses, Proxy.
Yeah, Proxy. We'll find you a girl. Don't worry about it. I said to Adrian the other day, we should start a dating service for all you youngins who seem to not be able to meet each other. I don't know how you're missing each other because you're all looking, but you're not looking at each other, which is hilarious. This from Corbin.
Say more about it.
we'll get there.
Strong feelings.
I know. I'm just shocked. Corbin.eth, onboarding our next users to degen.game Chrome extension. You'll be able to claim 10 free degen daily. I think it actually went up to 20. Reply to this cast and I'll whitelist you so you start claiming. So I said something yesterday. Oh, it's not here. It's gone. Interesting. There was, because I don't have the Chrome extension in this computer. I casted something where I had a little degen hat in the corner of my cast. And I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. And it turns out it's from this Chrome extension, but it's on a different computer. And it's to play the degen tipping game, which is really fun. So if you haven't done this yet, go check it out. It's really cute. You get to slide your tips like a little air hockey type of game. And it's really cute. So there you go. Very cool. This from Matcha, crypto's #1 narrative right now, AI. Here's everything you need to know about AI agents and AI tokens and how to trade them on Matcha. So if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about what's happening on with AI tokens, there you go, Matcha coming through. This from Beta Shop, and you'll see why I'm saying this in a second, as soon as it loads, because I forgot to log out today. Say hello to this week's new Moxie heroes. And I was very surprised to see myself in this list. So apparently, if I'm liking your stuff, you're getting more Moxie this week. You're getting 8 times the Moxie. So that
feel
does
free
not
to farm. Feel free to farm Nounish
I know.
proper
I'm like,
engagement
feel
as if
free to, yeah, farm the GM Farcaster stuff. Like, comment on that thing. I will definitely see that. But don't come at me in the DMs. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. But I'm excited to be the Moxie hero. Thank you. I'm happy to give away lots of Moxie this week, even though I'm not getting any anymore. Anyway, this from DF, and this was interesting. Dylan kind of tackled this as well this week on the hub. The Farcaster protocol does very little today in the way of solving conflicts or UX problems around multiple competing clients, which one might expect is the hard and important thing to solve in a social protocol. Farcaster is being controlled and governed by the 99% client Warpcast, repeatedly making choices that limit the ability of alternate clients to build and compete. See sign in with Farcaster messaging channels. As a builder, it's unclear why Farcaster is not any different from early Twitter, which was open, had all clients but one overwhelmingly dominant client. Once Twitter became big enough, it shifted from attracting to extracting and shut down their API, becoming the Twitter of today, ruled by a benevolent dictator. Benevolent was interesting choice of words there. Is Farcaster Warpcast just running back the Twitter playbook? Why should we users and builders trust Warpcast continue benevolence when their short-term choices are already showing a willingness to compromise on the protocol part in the name of mono client growth? And I'm going to read, Woj, your comment back here and then just ask you a little bit more about this. This from Woj. There is a lot of other projects that put decentralization and open access on the first spot, but Farcaster Warpcast proved to be the most useful to build on top of. Why should we users and builders trust Warpcast continue benevolence? Warpcast never did anything malicious. All the problems can be attributed to priorities. If Merkle had infinite dev hours at disposal today, I don't see a part of the roadmap that is killing Supercast. Okay, so wanted to get your take on this and sort of the overall, the overarching issue of folks talking about how if Warpcast is capturing so much of the market, there's no room for another client to really take off. I think Supercast has proven that to be incorrect. So what do you think about this and sort of any comments around that topic?
My thinking on this is super straightforward, actually. You need to imagine the end goal that we want to achieve here. And like everyone has like a different end goal. I assume you two have a different end goal than I do, but I think I have a similar end goal to David, which is a decentralized platform with many different clients that is not captured by any large company. And if you work backwards from that goal, you can decide either you build like a decentralized from day one protocol that would work on scale, on a global scale, and you don't change anything, or you iterate step by step and you trade off, some sort of openness for having one really good piece of software that is easy to onboard people and it's easy to grow and it can rise the tides for all the boats. And I just believe that the path to the end goal is the current one. I have the full trust in Dan and Varun. I don't think they did anything to break this trust so far. So, this is where's the difference between me and David in this conversation. I just see what Dan and Varun are doing and the whole team is doing week over week. I really like what they do. And I hope they continue doing exactly the same thing. I don't see any reason to be disappointed by their action so far.
All right. I mean, and that's kind of my take as well, is that are they always going to optimize for what works on Warpcast? Yes, but I don't think they're doing so at the risk of anybody else. But Adrian, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, obviously not being in any of the developer negotiations in terms of, hey, I'm building another client, let me tell you what's important to me. But I'm
You're
not
lucky.
even sure.
These are not easy negotiations.
But I'm not
called
even
it a negotiation.
I'm not even sure that that's the right conclusion, which is they will always say whatever's best for Warpcast. It may be, and it may be that it's always whatever's best for Warpcast, and developers are putting trust in them that what's best for Warpcast is good for the network.
Currently,
but I thought what was
what's best for-
interesting, I thought it was interesting when Woj said it's not really about that; it's just about priorities. So I don't.
The reality is that the best for Farcaster right now is what's the best for Warpcast, and I'm saying this as in theory a competing client, but reality is that these guys have the most have the best team, the most funding, the most recognition, and they need to win first before anyone else wins.
Yep, I agree. I think right now we're still at that point, and I do think that there's a little bit of a trickle down here in terms of when they're winning. Those who are creating outside clients are winning as well, especially for something like Supercast, where that is going to be the more power user folks. You have to get them using first to realize that they need
Supercast is no longer a power user client, by the way.
You don't think so, huh? No?
No, we totally pivoted away from that like 2 months ago.
I still feel like it is, though. I still feel like it has more power. It has more.
Then you need
that's good.
Then you need it.
Yeah.
Then you got to fix your marketing.
Yeah.
You got to marketing. Yeah, we're two months behind your messaging.
I think I'm taking a page from Dan's marketing. So the best marketing is people using the product and figuring it out and telling people on their own. And I think the whole reason why I'm on the episode right now is that the kind of marketing works, and we built something that was very fun and people wanted and continue to want to use. At some point we will fix the landing page. We will add more features that you will love, and you will realize that the direction changed. But I'm definitely the opposite of a person who would do like a large announcement, like some other clients, hype everyone up for the new direction, and then deliver absolutely nothing.
Which we appreciate. We don't like that. That's
going to happen
here.
Don't
like that. We definitely don't want that.
Before we move on to the next topic, I just want to say our next venture of starting a Farcaster dating service, I think it's working.
Wait, what?
Like literally right now, there's some love for you, Woj.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Proxy.
A lot
of
love from Proxy.
Yeah.
A couple more things before
I love this place. I love you all.
I love this place so much. A couple more things before we jump into the anon of it all. But related as we transition over there. This from DWR: the ultimate value of most on-chain tokens are attention and/or the meme. Then tying a token to a set of social media accounts controlled by the token owners that maximize distribution for the meme. Unlock is having the creation happen on a permissionless, programmable social network where every user is guaranteed to have user-controlled private keys tied to an identity. So this kind of goes to what we were talking about the other day too, Adrian, with, the meme is what holds it all together. And a strong meme is what's going to keep the token in front of people. So meme first, people. Token second. And this from Horsefacts, which cracked me up.
What will the token do?
What will the token do? By the way, that is the go up. That's the only thing. This from Horsefacts: someday the McDonald's app will be a Farcaster client. From Superanon: I'm done with Farcaster. I've been wanting to move to the McDonald's app for a long time, and now I'm doing it. So if you want to talk to me, I'll be on the McDonald's app. I will not be accepting messages outside of the McDonald's app. I just thought this was hilarious, especially since this week I finally downloaded the McDonald's app for the sole reason of the doodles. Like, that was the reason, and I still haven't gotten a cup. Very disappointing. But I thought that was really funny.
How many likes did you get? The Superanon post?
It was I don't know. Let's look. Hold on. I don't
Let's
remember.
check.
Hold on 1 second. I don't think I have it out on the screen. 1 second.
I'm sorry.
Oh, on the Superanon post. I got to go to that one. Hold on. Hold on. We got to check. He's got to check his engagement here. 189 likes. There you
Congrats
go.
to the author. Congrats
36,
to the author. Great job.
36 recasts, 6 quotes. There you go. Congrats to the author, whoever you may be.
What did
right.
Matteo reply? If you scroll down, Samantha asked if she said, Matteo, did you make this? So Matteo famously gets coffee twice a day from McDonald's.
Ooh, he just laughed. That's it. His answer was
Okay.
LMAO, and that's it. So might be. You never know. Okay, we're gonna dive in to Superanon, Supercast, and all the things. Before we jump into that part of it, Woj, let's do one thing. Hold on, I'm just showing this really quick. Superanon I just thought that was funny. That's my background. But let's level set here. And for those who may not know you, let's talk about who you are and what Supercast is for those who may not be aware. And we'll start there and then dive into the rest. So what is Supercast?
For those who don't know. Farcaster client I built over past year.
And then on that client, can you tell us what is the Superanon account and how is that working for those who haven't seen that or don't know what that is?
Superanon is an account that any Supercast users can use to post anonymously. How it works right now is that the moment you create your cast, you can just tap a button and it will convert into an anonymous post that would go from Superanon. And I can leak some alpha about what's coming by the end of this week. By the end of this week, any Supercast user will also have this account in their connected accounts and will be able to and reply to everyone natively and scroll the feed. And essentially, every Supercast user will get access to this account on a very significant level. So it will be very collaborative and hopefully it's going to be very fun.
Very cool. I did find the mechanic of it all very smooth. It's cool. You just go in and you're just doing your regular cast and you click what is that again? Oh, it's a question mark. You might need to change it to a dog.
I need to figure out the right SVG icon, but definitely the dog is coming.
So it's so you click this little button that's a question mark, and then it turns it into a Superanon cast, which is great. The technology there, that's fantastic. If you think about that in itself, even though there's some other thoughts on it should be ZK, blah blah blah, but I think that that's.
Have I said anything about that?
No, not at all. We'll get to that. Believe me. But it's very, very cool. And I just have to shout out one quick thing. So I see a couple of you talking about a noun. It existed already. So for those who, since Yes to Crypto, you're a little new to nouns, a noun already existed. It was called Hey a Noun. And all it did was turn into DAO members yelling at other DAO members. That was it. It was just dunking on each other and it wasn't good. It's not a good thing, but yes, you could log in with your noun and then you could post something anonymously. So didn't enjoy it, frankly. Not my favorite era of nouns. But anyway, moving on.
Anonymity is a tool and it can be weaponized. It can be useful and it can be destructive.
It's very much so. Very much so. And we're going to talk a little more about that. I kind of want to level set again on sort of what has happened over the past week. I found this to be very helpful from Anoncast. We'll explain who Anoncast is in a moment. The Canon. So an Anon prompt deploys $ANON all caps via clanker from Supercast Anon account, Superanon. So at Superanon. Supercast dev Woj is asleep in the EU when this happens. Wakes up to a huge surprise, Anon at 3 million market cap. Community donates 5% of supply to Woj. Woj airdrops to Supercast users. And
This
plus
is
there
actually
was...
wrong. I don't
Is
know
it?
who
Okay.
posted this. I got
I don't know either.
1% donated, and then I got another 2% donated. It was
Okay.
never 5. If it was 5, I would appreciate it.
That's why this is why we're clearing up the record. We're clearing up the record.
Yeah.
So it was
for the record, let me
Yeah.
put my journalist hat on. For the record, Woj, you're saying you do not appreciate the 1% and 2% you got.
I would appreciate more if it was 5.
And obviously, I'm kidding because
Yeah.
there
was 1% of the
gotchas.
there was 1% of supply that was put aside by proxy, and then there was some other folks, including me, who donated from the Anon, like the Anon that they purchased themselves. They donated to Woj because we watched him donate that 1% back to Supercast users. That seemed like a very cool thing. We wanted to add to that, so that's what happened there. Okay, moving on.
I'll add my side of the story in a moment, because a lot of people is portraying this like as such a nice mechanism, but behind the scenes a lot of dark shit went down.
Ooh, interesting.
And I can tell more in a moment, because
All right.
the narrative is definitely
okay. I'm going to turn this over to you. I'm just kind of I'm trying to go through the what happened and try and get us so you can but jump in anywhere that there's incorrect information for sure. So that day, Woj launches Zora ERC20 Anon Mint. So this is the dog. So you had changed the PFP. So the PFP was the question mark, like you see here. Yeah. You changed it to the dog that is behind Adrian right now. And that became an NFT on Zora that you airdropped to everybody on Supercast. And because it had so many mints, it then became an art coin. So as Zora does. So you have to understand that mechanic to have this part make sense. So it then can be traded on a DEX. It becomes an ERC20, etc. So that's what happened there. So there becomes this little bit, I'm going to pause there. There becomes this little bit of friction between the folks who launched the Anon coin while you were sleeping and your dog Anon coin that was something you had apparently had some plans around to begin with, before all this happened. Am I correct in that part of it? So from your perspective, what was happening? You wake up, you see this token has been launched without your knowledge, and how are you feeling about that?
So I would start, by the way, whoever wrote the summary, I think they did a great job at distilling such a complex story to few sentences. Obviously, in my side, some words could be changed, but I think whoever did that, whoever managed to scramble all the facts into this summary, shout out to you. You spent way too much time on Farcaster, but I will leave that to this.
Honestly, have a couple guesses. I do. I actually do. I think I know who it was.
So I would start the story 2 weeks ago, or maybe even a month ago.
And that's what I was curious about, because you've mentioned a couple times this has been 2 weeks in the making, that this dog didn't come out of nowhere. So yeah, let's step back and kind of set where you were coming from.
Yeah, we can even start the story a month ago. Let me get my facts straight. I think it was around October 14th or October 16th. I literally had an idea for Superanon when I was flying back home from a long trip to US. I spent some time in San Francisco. I attended Developer Day from Farcaster in LA, and I was coming back home, and I was on a long plane ride, and I was figuring out, okay, new ideas, what can I do, etc. And I had an idea for an anonymous account for a very long time, since February. And the idea also included a lot of these game mechanics that the Anoncast account has right now, and it included full anonymity, which is why I love Anoncast so much, even though it's a competition, and we're gonna go there later. anyway, I had this whole Anon ZK account idea way earlier. I think many people did because if you think holistically about all the moving pieces in Legos, it just makes sense. But nobody really pulled it off yet for various reasons. We can jump into this. Anyway, I think I'm thinking about it, and actually I realized that I'm in a good position to launch an account like this. And I can even do it in 2 days because I have all the tech ready. I have all the front end ready. I have all the back end ready. All I have to do is to create an account and allow my users to post from it. It was probably the fastest feature.
Just pointing this out really quick. This was from Phil. I just had to find it really fast. He casted this 11 months ago. Farcaster client, someone should build a non-caster. Allow users to link an alt account. ZK proved they control another account with at least N followers without revealing which account. Display a leaderboard and make it easy to follow. This would be help people bootstrap anon accounts without doxing themselves. So just thought I'd throw that there.
Not to get into the competition,
so to your point,
I was writing the code for it in August.
There's probably people have had the thought, but you know what? Ideas are a dime a dozen. You have to actually execute, or it doesn't really matter. So
exactly,
it doesn't matter.
Code is dime a dozen. Like having something with actual traction and attention is what actually matters. So anyway, I realized I can actually build an MVP for this really fucking fast, and I landed. Decided to change the roadmap a bit, and I launched it in 2 days. And it grew really fast, and it was really nice. Obviously, it had the criticism of this not being fully anon, because I know on my backend I have it sort of anonymized, but if I do a couple of SQL queries, I can get to who posted what.
So there's not a running ticker that shows you everything. You have to go dig for it if you need to. Is that what it comes down to?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Literally, I checked for the very first time. I only once checked who wrote something, and I did it 2 days ago. And it was I didn't even want the person. They were just spamming some random shitcoin ticker, and you could tell that these 5 posts in past hour about the same ticker are from the same person. So I just DM'd them and hey, don't be a dick, please. and they're not anymore.
Yeah.
So
well, good.
So yeah,
I don't think that's and just for I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing to have at least somebody with a little bit of oversight on that, because it could get very bad, very toxic, and
I believe
possibly
it's necessary.
Defamatory, right? I mean, that's one big part of this. So
we can talk about the predictions of how Anoncast will go later, but I agree with you. So I'm gonna talk about it. So after the Superanon took off, I started thinking very holistically, what does it actually make it go viral, and what makes people excited about it. And I think it was always a matter of few things. One thing was always certain: this account is not actually getting traction because of anonymity. Actually, all the people who are using this for anonymity I don't want them to use this account. they were dunking on people. They were angry. They were posting racist stuff that I would have to delete. I don't welcome them. Because what actually makes Superanon accounts so good is that people can easily use it in Supercast. They have an account with a big distribution. They are great posters, but maybe they don't have a great distribution right now. They have a good idea for a post. They want to see it in the world. And Superanon is is avenue for them to do it. And
I will say, I think it was also helpful around right after the election. Whether there was debate whether or not it was a sincere post. I took it as a sincere post. For somebody who felt uncomfortable asking a question and getting some answers. So I think in those kind of instances it could be useful as well. To touch on sensitive topics, but actually get some engagement. So as long as it doesn't go bad.
Once you work with that assumption that people want to just collaborate on this account and see their content do well because of this distribution and perceived brand, because you also get some credibility with this account. I started thinking, how can I even improve on this? And one of the ideas that I'm a heavy believer in, and keep in mind, I'm your traditional tech bro. I live in Poland, but my soul and mind is in San Francisco, and I live and breathe this stuff. But I'm a huge believer in memetics, from Peter Thiel, and it's very clear that the question mark doesn't have any memetics. Some people enjoyed the brand and it did well, in the moment. I think it could do well in the future as well. A lot of people are talking about it's a very clean brand. I agree. I designed the logo. I like it as well. But long term, if we are talking about an account that actually 10,000 people is proud to post from and create it, and then the account replies and people have feelings towards this account, it has to have a face. If you're thinking about a long-term view, and the long-term view will come back to this conversation, because I am building this shit for next 2 and 5 years, not for next 2 months. So it has to have a face. It probably has to be cute, or it would help. Otherwise, we need to lean into is either masculine or feminine, and this is a software for everyone. So we're stuck with cute. And I started working on a cute mascot for this account. And
so this is a couple weeks ago, before everything went down. You were already thinking about it and working on it. Developing the little dog. Yeah.
So I wasn't working on the dog.
Can we just jump to one other quick thing that it makes sense and connects to me, is that you're working on AI pets. So when you think about pets, that to me made a little more sense, that it would be the dog. That connection kind of makes sense where you're.
Yes. So that's confusing. Pet and the dog are different products, but you will see more pets and cute type of designs over Supercast over the next 6 months for sure. It may have been surprising for many that it's a pet right now, but there will be a lot of pets on Supercast very soon, so get used to it.
Okay. But I mean, that to me then makes sense, where it kind of ties to pets rather than just an anonymous account. It kind of, if you're leaning into that as part of what you're developing, then it makes sense to me. It totally does. There's a lot of pushback on the dog. People do not like it when you change the dog. And then that led to sort of on your side, a little pushback on the coin as well. And so from when this thing launched and you had this airdrop and you distributed it to Supercast, part of what you said was that anything you do or anything that's received on behalf of Supercast, you wanted to make sure there was a benefit for the Supercast users, because that's who's supporting what you're building. So that was, I think, awesome and totally aligns with, what your focus is. So I think some people got a little frustrated. They felt like you were fudding their bags. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Exactly what it comes down to. They felt like you were fudding their bags. Yeah.
I got disappointed with so many people for so many reasons over this past few days. And let me give you the context. So also, I'm doing the dog thing. Again, the quality of the dog is something that we can talk in a moment. But I'm planning the dog thing. I'm planning the Zora thing. And on Wednesday, I'm actually I have all the plan figured out. I want to give something to my users. So I actually prepared all the airdrop infrastructure over past few few days earlier. This is why it was so easy to airdrop ticker anon to everyone, because I was literally working on this airdrop before I knew that there's going to be an airdrop.
That's
anyway, I'm working on this airdrop of the Zora NFT, and actually before launching the Zora NFT, I DM'd Jacob, the founder of Zora, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. It's a long-term strategy. We will have super artifacts. And I asked him if I can do something. He told me, oh, actually Zora doesn't support this workflow anymore. Just go with the standard collection, or the standard version of doing this. And the standard version includes the ERC20 transformation. So I'm it's not really what I want. I don't want to launch a meme coin, but at the same time, who knows? Maybe it's gonna be fun. I wanted to risk it. Let's see. So so I'm ready on Wednesday. I'm ready to do it. Right, I go to sleep. Like I have the plan set up for the next day, and then when I wake up, I get all of this wall of messages about the Anon token. And my first thought was like, oh shit, this is going to be like a massive shitstorm. So now play-by-play situation in my head is I get a lot of messages. The token is doing well. A lot of my friends is like in this token, right? Like, it's all our friends, and the group chats are there. So I wake up, someone, like, people also sent me 1% of the supply, Kyle, and all of these smart people who like already knew that I will not be happy with a token launched on my behalf when I don't have any.
While you were sleeping.
Like,
yeah.
This is what, okay.
And I also don't think, and I don't know if you have any insight on this, but I don't think anyone launched it specifically while you were sleeping on purpose. Like, I don't think they were like, we're going to launch this while he's sleeping. I don't think, but I have no idea. So I don't know who launched it. I think they didn't think about it is what.
I don't.
That's kind of what I just don't think they thought about it at all. They were just like, oh, this will be cool. And they just
I don't expect the token launch to be malicious. Just like so much energy gathered around it that it became a problem.
Yeah.
So, I'm waking up, a lot of my friends put money in this, and there's clearly momentum. And obviously I don't like that someone created a token under my brand that, we don't own anything. And I'm only not talking about myself, but like about the whole Supercast community. If like the simple policy for any Supercast issued assets, whether these will be Zora additions or a potential Supercast token in the future, is that 80% of this goes to community that's, supporting Supercast, for a very simple reason. Supercast is a paid-only product. It fully supports my living and like me being able to work on this. And a lot of people also, I'm very, transparent about it. A lot of people pay for this without getting that much value out of it. They only want to support me. So doing anything where these people are not
I might be people. I might be people. I don't use it that often. I did go in to like take a look and figure out how Superanon worked just so I could understand it, but I don't use it that often. But I do want it to support its development, and I like having. We've had many periods of time where Warpcast has been down. It's great to have like the backup as well, but mostly just to support what you're building.
Yeah, Woj, this is a topic that comes up from founders. So only Brian likes to say, like, if you're I don't want my friends to use my product to support me. Like, it's the worst thing you could do to a founder is to patronize me without.
Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't agree with Brian on many.
We don't agree either. Yeah, we don't agree either at all. I think it can give you the support to do what you want to build. And be able to build until it gets to a point where it really finds extensive product market fit. It gives you like that bridge. And we want to see more decentralized clients. So why wouldn't we support it? So there's many reasons.
Being a craftsman and seeing people using your craft and maybe even pay for your craft is the best, thing in the world. There is some bad feeling if you feel like they only do it to like, support you, and they kind of cheat on you. Like, they kind of cheat you with like positive feedback and paying for this, but they don't really mean it. But if you're exposed to friends like that, you have wrong friends. Like my friends who don't care about Supercast, they don't use Supercast. My friends who care about crypto, are interested, they use Supercast a lot. Sometimes they, Warpcast may be better for their use case, but they continue using it. They continue using it, and I appreciate it a ton. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad thing, and I don't think we should steer away from that, because I think it can be the thing that gets you to the next level. And I think what you're building is very cool, and these different, now clearly the Superanon has found a following. It's very cool.
Yeah,
I can see a lot of other use cases for similar accounts that you could create that could be used by a DAO, for example, or something like that. Like just what we were talking about, a noun, but please don't do that. I don't want to go through that again. But I can see other, a lot of other use cases for teams and things like that. And I know you were working on some of that infrastructure anyway, and I'm sure that's what helped with pulling this together, really, because it's essentially the same kind of thing, right? A team being able to use one account without having to have a separate account for that. So it's perfect. There's a lot of, so the technology has many use cases, in my opinion. So it's like, this is the experiment of that use case, which is great. So why wouldn't we want to support that kind of stuff? So I can totally foresee a future where, Supercast could be my main client that I use at some point. Who knows? So
your meme,
my primary client that I would use.
Oh
right
yeah,
now it's
like
my backup.
we're getting there. Like we will have a mobile app soon. There will be a free plan soon. WordCast will give us access to DMs at some point. Just things don't happen that fast. But Supercast will be a sick product, like very fast.
Yeah, for sure. So then Anoncast started, and they kind of separated out from, and they've now separated out from Superanon. This is the, sort of the now community around the $ capital Anon token that launched and kind of separated out a little bit. It seemed
you
like you kind of came around. I know. I'm trying to summarize because we're getting close to the end here.
I think people will be disappointed because this is the most spicy.
We can talk about what happened in between here when we got to this point. But because there was a lot of they were upset, flooding the bags, that kind of thing. So they launched this new account. But in between, I know that there's a lot of friction. There's a lot of back and forth with sort of the folks who are upset about the dog and about basically they're not even really upset about the dog. Some people might be upset about the dog. They're really upset about feeling like you're fudding the token is what it comes to, or that maybe there was an opportunity to really make that fly.
I'll give you a 1 minute summary. So we're here on time.
Yeah.
So overnight of that day, someone launched a token under my brand and under my product, and people bought a lot of supply. They all had 2, 3, 5% of supply, and they were promoting this as a Supercast token without giving anything to my community, without taking care about anything what I've built so far and what plans I have for this. People felt very entitled to now dictate the terms on what should I do with my product and what should I do in next, etc. Keep in mind, I have plans for next 2 years, and I spent 12 hours a day building this for the past year. So I'm not there's no scenario when I'm giving this ownership back. That's my plan, that's my product, and I'm gonna do it my way. So people were angry that I wasn't listening to them, even though they felt entitled to it because they had this token. So it was a very tense situation. And looking back, I think so with the Anoncast right now, I am very happy with the state of situation. They distanced from the brand and they have their own account. We can talk about it in a moment. What was very shitty at that time was that essentially it felt like a vampire attack on my product, with people I thought I can trust in the past, being engaged in this, and a lot of them totally burned the bridge. I will not trust many of these people again. And they even and then with the donations, it was essentially a bribe in a way. People were oh, let's give Watch tokens 3, 4, 5% of the supply, so he adopts it, which felt even worse, by the way. It's you are putting this minuscule
pressure.
Amount of money.
Yeah.
No, not even pressure. You're putting this amount of money for me to actually now grind for your token all the time, totally disregarding my year of past work and next 2 years.
I can see I felt that. I think for some people, and for me and TLDR and a few others, it was more oh, you know what? Didn't think about that wasn't really fair. Feel like I should do something. So that it's kind of dependent on where you're at. Yeah. But I can understand, definitely can see that perspective from what you're saying. Absolutely.
Anyway, I decided not to destroy the token, even though for the first few hours I probably could. Then it was too late. When I woke up, I could. But it was also a great opportunity to just give this to Supercast users, and it resulted in a great story. But I just wanted
Yeah.
to like, clarify the drama mind point of view that, hey guys, please don't feel entitled to my work and like our community work. I think that's the most important piece of this.
I think that's fair, like very fair feeling, in that you're working on something for a couple years and it feels like somebody's coming in and sort of using that without your, without thinking that through. I did love this from Xerox Luau. Anon showcased how a group of talented builders together with close-knit community can create fascinating things on an open social protocol. I did like how this was, but I felt like this needed one more line right here for the $ little ANON token. It needs to go right here. But I did think that was a cute way to put this. And also I loved this from Dan. Woj main character arc. So this from V, it was a quote cast of what V had said. Woj.eth's progress with Supercast over the last year is impressive to watch. Built an FC client that people are paying to use. Created one of the most interesting social features, Superanon, becoming the center of Farcaster meta. So I wanted to make sure we shared those couple of casts because I thought that was really nice to see.
Thank you, Dan.
Congratulations on being the main character.
Yeah, congratulations. You're the main character this week. Welcome.
By the way, not actually how main character works. So V shouted out Woj. Yeah. Dan called him the main character. Main character energy is when you were putting yourself as main character. And I'm not getting that from you, Woj. No. So
I think it just happened. It wasn't.
Yeah,
I
really think it's an overstatement. But I'm gonna enjoy the publicity, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, enjoy the moment. Especially because I do think that what you did with Superanon, before even all the drama, even before all the stuff, I think watching that bring a lot of attention to Supercast is, I think, a demonstration of sometimes you do need that one feature that pulls people in. And unfortunately for Farcaster overall, apparently the one feature tends to be tokens. So right now, that's where we're at. But also,
we have many things in store for you, stuff that like no one else really built yet. Adrian, you publicly posted that you've been waiting for one of these features forever. So I hope you're gonna be happy.
What is it? I can't even. What if I?
There are clues on the timeline. If you read Farcaster, carefully enough, you will.
She doesn't read Farcaster. No, I'm just.
But is it something? It's something I've been asking for.
Yes.
Ooh, I mean, what's the thing you've been asking for on desktop? It's something on desktop. It has to be, right? Because you always talk about that. I don't know. That's interesting.
It's not a utility. It's just fun.
It's just a fun feature.
Yeah,
I'm curious now. I cannot wait to see.
Hopefully, we get this live by the end of the week.
I cannot wait to see. This is exciting. So, is there anything else from this whole situation that
it's auto follow? Is it an auto follow? Are you giving me starter packs?
Oh no.
I could, because we already have lists, so we could do starter packs, but Supercast doesn't onboard enough people right now. We'll probably have starter packs like after we have the free plan again, and after we have the mobile app, which is probably like March. And 4 months ahead is not something like promising things 4 months ahead. It's not something that I'm doing, but it's somewhere on the roadmap.
That's cool. That's good. I love that. I think that's great. I did want to mention this from Phil and get your takes on it. Phil said to say that Farcaster's Christian rap era has ended. What era are we in now? And so for those who don't know, it's we've always joked about the Christian rap era that Farcaster was just a little too nice. I loved this from Dan. This was hilarious. Just so you can see the image. I'm going to read this really quick. This from DWR. So in the beginning, it was all Christian rap, LinkedIn cringe, SV startup hustle slop. You liked it. Very fed. Basically, very fed. That was so good. Basically had to beg them to add a channel dedicated to degen stuff, but that's beside the point. So then they had a bunch of growth and retention wasn't there and the market tanked. So post Farcon things got quieter, but then someone created an Anon parody account of one of the founders and people remembered that Anon accounts can be fun. So there were a bunch of copycats, but most of them weren't funny. So true. I guess at some point, Woj decided that his entire client could be one of those accounts. So he launched Superanon, but because Christian Rapp, he could dox you if you were an ass, but because everyone on Farcaster signs everything with cryptographic keys, someone created a zero knowledge version of the Anon account that can't be doxed. Oh, and the rival group Anon accounts have rival meme coins. There you go. There's your summary.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, no notes.
That
10
was
out of
an
10, no
English
notes,
major,
Dan.
right? If I
Yes,
connect
he
the
was.
facts correctly. Yeah, it shows.
These are the things you do with an English major.
The one moment in your career when you use your degree.
Exactly. So I think I still think we're not far from Christian Rapp. I gotta tell you, it's still much nicer here. If you comparatively,
You don't see
way
my
nicer than
guys and
Twitter
DMs.
still.
No. I have
But-
like actual haters, people who like constantly subcast me and call me names, and yeah. No, there's just
Who
no
are they?
longer era.
I'll take care of them.
I'm not gonna give them shout outs.
I'm just kidding.
No, but there's like literally like a lot of crazy people on Farcaster that are like obsessed with other people, and it's already happening. It's no longer Christian Rapp. Yeah.
All right, people, let's get back to Christian Rapp. Let's be nice. Be nice out there in the timeline. Leave Woj alone. Leave Woj alone. We need that.
I love
we need
my
the Britney
haters.
meme. We need the
No,
Britney meme.
for you, anytime I see that someone is like subcasting me and like I accidentally see that, I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm in your head. I'm in your head. It's okay. I think that's, it's bound to happen on social networks. And I really think that a lot of this is being driven by people worrying about their bags. So people, stop worrying about your bags. If you're that worried, stick it in ETH and Bitcoin and just, chill for a little bit. It's going to be fine. So, Adrian, anything else that you wanted to ask Woj?
Rare financial advice from now Nish.
Not financial advice, DYOR, but also yes.
I could sit here like all day and talk to Woj. I guess 2 questions on Supercast that just for my own curiosity. One, any update on AI pets? People want to know when we're getting our pets.
I got update on AI pets. AI.
We know
pets
you got distracted by the other dog.
Yes. One dog and like thousands of AI pets. So maybe like one liner on AI pets. AI pets will be your AI companions in Farcaster. You can, with one click, spin out a separate Farcaster account that will be liking your stuff, will be replying to you, will be hyping you up, and it will feel like your friend on Farcaster. It's going to be amazing if we get this right. There is no other product experience launched ever like AI pets on Farcaster from Supercast. The closest would be like character AI, but character AI went into the porn route, and it's like single player. So you just sit with your phone and you know what you do. And with AI pets, you spin out a pet and like it's multiplayer. So this is like a bot that everyone can use. That being said, it's going to be an amazing product. It turns out it's really fucking hard to build. And and then this is an awkward product because it's most of the stuff I release, I'm totally fine with releasing imperfect versions that I can iterate on. The problem with AI is that people generally hate so much on AI slop that that we really need to get like first and pets really good. So people are like, this is actually fun. I want to get in on the pets.
I agree.
So if the first and pets are bad and people don't like them, it's just not gonna fly. We can improve it, but like people will be already like,
it's like looking at, the first iteration of the AI reply bots that we all hated, and then looking at Ethernet, which we all love. And there's a big, huge difference, and it's the quality. So I totally get that. Yeah.
And this is me trying to build, and Woj, I don't know if you know this, but I'm doing a little dev project on the side, and I'm trying to build an AI bot for GM Farcaster. The first version, I did my embeddings this week. I did a query. It is so effing bad. Like, laughably.
So she knows what you're talking about now.
And I was like, AI is a schlep. Like, it's actually hard to do anyway. This is a great idea.
But the thing is, it's hard. It's really bad by default, but it's really good if you like get this right. Yeah. And I already have examples of posts. I can also like benchmark this on your posts that are like monitoring the whole network. They see, they check your interests. They check who is posting what on the network of your interests. So it already is able to generate relevant content, like based on recent facts, then apply your writing style to it. And we're just not ready to get over this line. It's on scale, but you can make it really entertaining and really good. But
yes,
yeah, good luck on the GM Farcaster
wants an evil. Yeah, he wants an evil cat. Apparently, he wants an AI nemesis. Which, you know, if you look at his cat, it does have a vibe. It does have a vibe of like not friendly, but even though he is, but it does.
So how are we on timing?
AI pets, just
we've got like 5
AI pets work.
minutes.
If AI pets work, you have like a button to like buy or like spin up a new pet, and you will be able to have like 10 of them, and they all will have like different characteristics. Maybe at some point they will stop being even pets. They will be like normal humans. So yeah, definitely doing one that hates you or like hates other people is also possible. You know,
that would be funny.
Stay up, and I'm happy to
that would be funny.
Spin it up for you.
custom dom pets. We went the wrong place.
I want to do lightning round, but I also have one more dev question for
my timing was related to your hard stop, not my.
Oh yeah, well, doctor appointments can wait.
Yeah, no, go. We got to do the lightning round. I would love to do the lightning round too. Go ahead.
And Woj, if you have a little more time. But the only other question I had is, Woj, I know you as like solo dev, and early days in Farcaster, there were just a lot of you kind of like tinkering. Yeah. It's like, hey, I'm a dev, I'm tinkering. And then you launched Supercast as a solo dev, and it's a product, and it's been really cool to see you built it and support it on your own. I know you hired a React dev recently and kind of building out the team. And Supercast you don't have the venture funding, you don't have the large team, and Supercast may not have kind of the polish of Warpcast, but it is freaking functional as a desktop app, and it works at scale. And my question for you is, how much time are you spending literally like plugging all the holes from an ops infrastructure perspective in terms of like, because it's always up. So like, is that difficult for you as a solo dev? Like, have you been able, like, are you online 24/7 to keep it up? Are you able to get sleep? I think it's really, I'm curious about
apparently, I'm not online 24/7, and this is what people on Superanon started abusing.
Apparently,
because I'm not 24/7. I wish I
did have to sleep.
Yeah, no, I keep, you know, I'm a tech bro, Brian Johnson follower, so I treat my sleep very, very
interesting.
with a high priority. But then like after sleep, like my all time is work. So work, gym, occasional hangouts with people when I'm also like on the phone all the time. But there is too much to win by building this product, and it's too cool that, you know, I'm definitely happy to make the trade-off.
I think we're all in that mode right now. We're all in mode. We're all in that.
Accelerate.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear, like, to anybody who's in the space building something, that the next couple of years are key. If you're building, so it's like it's now or never. Time to lock in, kind of thing.
Time to lock in.
Time to lock in. It's it. Here we are. Adrian, do you want to do some lightning round questions?
Yeah.
Really quick.
I have,
go ahead.
Woj, and I don't know if you've ever seen our interviews. We do lightning round questions, typically the same questions we ask everyone. The only rule is you're not allowed to think. So you have to answer quickly, hence lightning. I have one question.
Like, I'm a loose cannon. I can say something that you don't want me to say if I don't think.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Yeah, we want that. That's the point. No, these are all very innocent questions. If you fuck this up, then it's Christian rap. It's Christian rap, Woj. Come on. The first one is actually I just came up with, and it's really just for you. What was your favorite cartoon animated series growing up when you were a kid?
Dexter's Lab. You have this in the US. It's a US cartoon.
Do we? I don't know.
Dexter's.
Dexter's Lab. I don't know now. I have to go look that up.
We were really thinking.
I was thinking Paw Patrol, but okay.
No. Let me check.
Okay, so on Farcaster, we talk a lot about the URL to IRL pipeline. So when and how did you make your first internet friend? So someone you met first on the internet and later became IRL friend.
So it was way before Farcaster. During the pandemics. I participated in On Deck, and my first my first two friends, because I literally don't remember who I visited first, would be Luke, who is also on Farcaster, and we were best friends right now, and Shad Khan, who is not really on Farcaster. He's not in crypto. They're both like VC think boys. But yeah, I love meeting friends online.
Very cool. What is your favorite channel on Farcaster?
Supercast. Even though like I don't really work on this right now, but it's gonna get better. And Melanie was in chat. We're working like together on making the channel better.
What's your second favorite channel?
Founders.
Okay.
Or Six. No, sorry, Six. But Six
Six.
also stopped working on Six. He's spending more time on Twitter trading AI meme coins. And now all the most popular Six casts are from me anyway.
Oh, that's funny. I do love Founders channel too. It's one of my favorites. All right, continue.
And shout out doing numbers. We had Martin on recently, so I guess now we've got you. Someday we got to get Six on.
Yeah.
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas or New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is like the best thing. We have in our friend circle, we have like a great tradition of going to ski. It's always amazing. All the rest. Last year there was a lot of drama. I love this part of the year.
Nice.
Favorite crypto conference?
Farcon. All the other conferences are very shit. FCC used to be good in Paris, and I loved going to Paris every summer. It's no longer in Paris, so it has to be Farcon. Everything else is shit.
I think it's going to come back to Paris. I think they moved it because of the Olympics.
No, they're going to Cannes next year. Yeah.
Oh, Cannes. Okay. Interesting. All right.
Related, what's the next country you want to visit?
Oh, the next one I want to go to, or the next one I want to go to for the first time?
Doesn't matter. You can interpret.
I'm going to Luke's birthday on Sunday too.
Oh, where's that?
Oh,
Paris, France.
Paris. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
But it's easier for me. I'm European. It's not like a transcendent.
Weird. I didn't get my invite. Yeah. Must have gotten lost in the mail. Are you completionist? Yes or no?
What does it mean?
Do you like to complete things? Like you like to check off the box?
Do you
have to leave things? You have to finish things. You can't leave things
unfinished.
I love
when I can complete things. I rarely get to, because there is always something more important to do.
Concert or sporting event?
Sporting event.
If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
Probably some sort of founder, builder, dev playbook of how to do things and what I learned.
What's your biggest fear right now?
War in Ukraine and Poland. I love Poland, and it's unfortunately a very touchy and problematic subject.
Football or soccer?
I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about the proximity there.
It's like a real thing for us.
Yeah,
it's a different conversation.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a totally different conversation. That's not on the other side of the world. That's next door. Wow. Yeah.
What was the question?
Sorry.
Football or soccer, which is
football, but like the actual football.
Camping or hotel?
I used to be camping. Now I'm hotel.
You're getting old. Kiwi skin.
I think so.
Kiwi skin on or off?
Off. What the fuck?
That was perfect.
Last thing you bought with crypto?
I pay with crypto for everything, so probably my haircut.
Amazing. That's it. Yeah. That's a wrap.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, there we go. I thought I was frozen for a minute. This has been amazing. Thank you, Woj. Anything else you want to share before we wrap? This has been awesome.
Whoever is a Supercast user and like is in Supercaster's group chats, I owe you my life, and it's really cool that I can work on Supercast thanks to you. And I just want to know everyone that I appreciate sort of support, especially now going into the next year, which will be sick. I think if I can say something more, first part of working on Supercast was just, as you said, me alone, just like trying to build a sustainable business. Everything changed past 2 months, and I feel like Farcaster will actually be a huge thing. Supercast has a lot to win, and also I'm reinvesting everything that we're making with Supercast to get people on board, get a free plan going on, get a mobile app going on. So it's just going to be an amazing year for Supercast in 25. And if you are on the fence, I would love you to consider for now paying the $10 and joining the group chat and being engaged. So yeah, I managed to finish it with a shill, but yeah.
I love it. No, I love it.
I'll give it.
Yeah, give the shill.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out if you've also if you made like $100 on a meme coin, which maybe you have, just take it and go do an annual subscription for Supercast, and it's a good way of kind of putting your money where your mouth is in terms of caring about decentralization and wanting the Farcaster protocol to have more than just one client.
Depending 100%. On when you if you cashed out your $Anon that you sent to everybody, it probably paid for your Supercast for the year anyway. So I mean, that was crazy. So that was and surprising. By the way, I only have the one. Whoops, there we go. The one dog token that you airdropped to me, because I didn't even cross my mind to go buy more. So I shall hold that forever, just like my OG. Even if you offer me 4 ETH, I will still be holding my dog artifact.
I will not tell him. So I don't want to right now. And for anyone who expected, I can't really shill right now ticker anon lowercase, like
the dog.
Token. We'll
just call it the dog token.
Okay, dog anon.
Doganon.
I can't shill doganon for a very simple reason, because the uppercase anon is clearly winning. And anytime right now, when I shill lowercase anon, it will look like coping and me trying to make up for anything. I will just end things here. Expect cool stuff coming for all super artifacts holder. Have at least one, and maybe even more. That's everything that I'm gonna.
I'll be holding. Right I mean, I've learned from the past. I will never sell my OG token. It got up to 4 ETH at one point. If I didn't sell then, I'm never selling that. And I feel like the dog is going to be a similar thing. So that's how I'm treating it. Thank you, Woj, so much for being here. This has been amazing. I've loved this chat. I'm so excited to see what comes next. I can't wait for my AI pet. Adrian, that background is everything. Can you roll back one more time before we leave? Because it's just so funny. It's so funny when she's so tiny with the dog. And with that, everybody, have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you on the timeline. And with that, bye-bye.